My name is Victoria ROUCH, and this is my 4-3-2-1 presentation for English 421, in which I present my 4 big ideas, 3 impactful quotations, 2 personal connections, and 1 lingering question from this class. These are the 4 big ideas that I took away from this class. The first is that instruction doesn't always have to be linear. Sometimes the phrase formal education conjures images of rigid, outdated methods, but this class showed me that effective teaching often requires thinking outside the box. I especially appreciated the lesson on backward design, which encourages starting with the end goal in mind and building a clear, intentional path to get students where they need to go. The second idea is that good teachers recognize that the audience for student writing extends beyond the classroom. Writing is deeply personal, and it's also a powerful tool for connection. In this class, we explored not just the different modes of writing, but how each can be used to reach distinct audiences. Teaching students to write with purpose and audience in mind fosters excitement, confidence, and most importantly, voice. The third idea is that the most helpful marks on a student's paper aren't made with a red pen. One of the most meaningful lessons for me was about feedback. Rather than focusing on what's wrong, effective feedback highlights what's working and offers clear, supportive guidance for growth. This kind of approach doesn't just correct, it encourages. And the fourth big idea is that teaching requires adaptability, not just expertise. Lesson plans may be structured, but real classrooms are dynamic. This is something teachers learned during the pandemic. One discussion from the JAGO forum really stood out to me. A teacher shared how remote learning pushed her to strip things back to essentials, which helped students build more independence. It was a great reminder that teaching is as much about learning for the teacher as it is about instruction for the student. These quotes resonated with me because they capture the complexity and responsibility of teaching in today's world. Turner and Hicks remind us that our students are part of a global conversation, and strong arguments aren't just academic, they are essential. JAGO's quote challenged me to think about the difference between being correct and being effective. It's not just what we say, it's whether it empowers students to grow. And Peter Elbow's words really stay with me. They're a call to honor linguistic diversity and to create classrooms where all students feel that their voice, in whatever form it takes, is valid and valued. These are the 2 personal connections that I made with the material from this class. So my daughter's a teacher, and I have long known how hard she works in the classroom. But this course really lifted the hood and showed me the mechanics behind the work that she and other teachers do. What kind of felt like a minor miracle, which is guiding students with different backgrounds and skill levels towards shared learning goals, that now feels like a carefully engineered process that I understand better than I did when I first began this course. I've come to see how good teachers combine structured planning with responsive student-centered adjustments to create learning environments where everyone has a chance to succeed. The class also helped me understand not only how to reach future students, but also why I, as a student myself, tend to thrive more in some learning environments than others. The emphasis on affirming constructive feedback really stood out to me, especially in light of another course I have taken this semester where feedback has been sparse and mostly critical. That contrast made me appreciate just how much a supportive teaching style can impact student engagement. It also reinforced how important it is to create a learning space that encourages curiosity rather than discouraging it. The one lingering question I'm left with at the end of this course is how teachers reach students whose disengagement isn't due to lack of ability but lack of interest. Those who view writing as irrelevant or uninspiring. In some cases, these are students with access to resources many others only dream of, yet they remain sullen or disconnected. So how do we connect with learners who have every tool in hand but no sense of what they have the potential to build?